Welcome in, everybody. This is Ricky Ransom, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, it's happening. It's fusion time, baby. Just kidding. But seriously, another fusion. The first thing I kind of wanted to talk about in this fusion that is already live right now, a lot of the events are already live. So, if you're considering it, I would get to work. That's why this is where I've kind of been running into the conundrum for myself, at least, is that originally when I saw his kit, I wasn't super excited. It didn't look like a champion that I was really going to go after. There wasn't a lot of hype, quote unquote, in the community about this guy, but I think he might have some interesting usefulness in the game. He's the first champion that has this really interesting damage where the damage is based off of attack and speed. It's the first champion to ever have anything like that. And on top of that, the Skinwalkers faction is by far my weakest faction. So like he might help me in Skinwalkers. I did pull a Skinwalkers legendary, which is going to be in another video, so check it out on my most recent shard pulls video. And that champion might help me out as well. But in Faction Wars, the Skinwalkers is by far my worst faction. So he's just becoming more and more interesting to me. Like, I don't know if you guys, what you guys think, if you guys are thinking about pulling him. We're over here on Hell Hades, his website. Check it out if you're ever looking for any information, basically on anything to do with Raid. It's one of the best resources in the community for just general information. Over on Hell Hades, they've ranked him as a 4-star overall. That's out of 5 stars. And so that's actually pretty high. That's like, a champion that typically would be worth going for. My problem is right now is my resources are so slim. Overall, it's just been nuts in this game. And I don't know if you guys feel the same way. This is the game we got into. We kind of knew what we were getting into a lot of the time, but it has just been nonstop. And I don't know like how people are surviving, but at a certain point you have to decide whether you're going to just go for everyone or take a break on some of them. The last fusion, Oella, I didn't go for, and I'm glad I didn't go for. She doesn't seem like she has much usefulness just in the game yet until maybe something in particular, but I'm glad I didn't go for that one. I did go for the Fragment Collection event that we last had for Supreme Elhain, but I also had the resources at the time. It wasn't like I had to really dive deep to get that one done. But this one is just one that I've kind of been on the fence about, but the more that I think about it, the more I think I'm gonna do it, and I don't know if that's the best idea in the world. But if you guys have been going through the events, the good thing is that as we can see on this fusion event calendar, we are able to get one of the epic champions. Everything kind of started yesterday, so technically you guys have been working on some of the stuff. Champion training is the one where I probably need to start putting a little more time into, but I wanted to wait on the dragon tournament until the Dungeon Divers event, which lined up with the dragon tournament. So that was just something that I was considering, and it's what most people recommend. You wait till you kind of see where the events are going to line up, and then you try to double dip, so to speak. But unlike the last fusion, Oella, and this was another reason why I didn't go for her, there wasn't a way to kind of shortcut some of this. And if you use the summon rush, if you go into the summon rush, you are able to access the epic champion, which means that you can skip 4 of the events where you would get the rare champion, so that you could fuse Razelvarg, the bunny man himself. So I'm getting closer and closer to thinking, to doing it, considering it, whatever. And I'll probably have a shard pulling video later today about my shards that I pull for him, because if I get this epic and then I can just hit the dragon and the dungeon divers, get my rares there, that means that I can skip some of these other events, the champion chase. Where is that? Champion chase down here, and not have to pull more shards. And so, yeah, I don't know. At this point, like I said, I was kind of on the fence, but now I'm leaning towards going for it. And that's the way it always goes. But Polarium, please save us some resources. Please, please. Okay. But yeah, hopefully you guys have luck in all of your shard pulls and you're able to get some of these events done. Double dip. Remember, double dip, baby. Always hit that double dip. Okay, guys. Well, I decided that I'm gonna pull some shards anyway for the fusion because yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna regret not going for them for some reason. So yeah, I think we're gonna open some shards. We're gonna see what happens. I think I'm gonna open like 5 sacreds, and then how many more? Then we'll see how many more we need. After 5, that should get me to 2,500. Then I should be able to just open a couple voids and get there. But yeah, we'll see real quick. But let's start with the 5 sacreds. I don't know how close I am to my mercy. We can actually check on RSL helper. So not even close. We're 3 sacreds deep. I don't know if this is accurate because I sometimes forget to have this open when I'm opening shards. But yeah, let's check it out. Oh yeah, let's look at the 10x champs real quick because let's be honest, there's a couple. So Staltus, I actually just got him a couple weeks ago and he is one of my favorite champions in the game. He's super useful. Not only does he nuke like insanely hard, he's become my arena nuker, but on top of that, he has a super consistent stun as well on, I believe, a 3-turn cooldown if it's maxed out. Yeah, 3-turn cooldown. So it's actually super useful. It's helped me get through a lot of content because he not only can he just destroy everything in his path, but he also is like pretty solid at crowd control as well. Lady Kimmy seems interesting. It's not a champ that like I always hear people talking about her. I don't have her, so I don't know for sure. She seems interesting because of she has a bunch of turn meter manipulation. But the thing is there's only like this ability seems cool for like Hydra or something. I don't know. I just don't really know where to use her, honestly. But this was her like really useful ability is the whenever this champion places a debuff on an enemy, also decreases that enemy's turn meter by 5% for each debuff placed. Whenever this champion or an ally receives a debuff, it fills their turn meter. So that's just super useful in a lot of places where whenever you're getting a debuff, you're also getting your turn meter boosted. And whenever she places a debuff, she's decreasing their turn meter. So she doesn't have a ton. She has decreased accuracy, decreased speed, and block buffs are her debuffs. So yeah, it's interesting because you get the decreased speed and 5% turn meter reduction. So I don't know. I know people like her, so she's got to be good. She's got to be useful somewhere. You know what I mean? But I don't know. You know, there's like certain champions I look at and you see their kits and you're like immediately like, oh, I can see why they're like super OP and strong. And I know a lot of people like Lady Kimmy. So turn meter, it just doesn't seem like it's enough turn meter to make a huge difference. But like when things start stacking on top of each other, usually it builds up pretty quick. Okay, so let's open 5 of these first. Let's go, baby. Oh, and here's the other. Oh, Broodlord. That's a new guy for me. Not great. People aren't really using him. But here's the other one we're looking for because we've been looking for him forever. So we can hope. You know, I don't ever get my hopes up. Lady Quillen, not who we're looking for. But Mr. Geomancer, which would honestly be more useful to me than almost any legendary in the game at this point. And I don't know how I've just missed him. Ooh, there's another new one. Why, Renin the Silken. Is she like brand new? I've never even seen her. Why does that just seem like a weaker version of what Apothecary does with 50 HP? Yeah, I don't get that. But hey, who knows? There's only 2 ratings and they're not bad for her. So I don't know. Never seen her before, but hey. Okay, last sacred, I think. Unless we decide to, oh, Lady Annabelle. That's an epic that I don't have and that I could actually use because I don't have a great Bommel team. Because sometimes I watch videos, I'm like, best teams for Bommel. And then they have her in it. And I'm like, well, I don't have her, so I can't relate to this. Okay, so let's see where we're at. But hey, we got 2 decent epics. So we're actually kind of close to Mercy too. So I'll open 2 more, see what we get, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do. Oh, another one, of course. Of course. So we'll do 1 more of these. Hey, Ruella. She's actually super good too. She's a new Sylvan Watchers in Dungeons. So yeah, she is pretty decent. Okay, so now we need like 6 void. But here's the thing, void shards are just so weird. You never find good deals for void shards. Like in the game, I find value wise, like it's almost, I don't know how to explain it, but they just never have good deals on void shards. Where I kind of understand, because it's like void champions are the best, like void legendaries are the best in the game. Hey, Cold Heart. Still can't believe I didn't get a Geomancer. Doesn't seem like we had the luck today though. Honestly, the thing is you have to pull shards anyway. And this will prevent me from having to do the champion chase later on. So there we are. Exactly. So now we got our epic Lady Annabelle. Yeah. So we did get, we actually got 2 copies of her. So heck yeah. Lady Annabelle, so that'll be awesome for my Bommel team. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Let me know down in the comments if you guys got any crazy pulls from this event today. Like I said, the 10x are usually pretty whatever, but we had to pull shards anyway for the fusion. So, you know, let's see what we can get. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys got anything cool. And yeah, until next time, peace.
I just want